In this section, we are going to learn about Mojo's control flow. So far, our programs have run straight top to bottom. Now, real programs need to make choices and repeat the work in loop. That is called control flow. And if you ever touched Python, all of this is going to feel very familiar. Let's start with writing simple if statement. It runs a block of code only when a condition is true. In this case, if the balance is over 1,000, we print premium accounts. As simple as that. Now let's add elif, E-L-I-F, to test more conditions, and else for the fallback. So if VIP over 10,000, premium over 1,000, otherwise standard. The program walks down the branches until one fits. Two things that trips people over. The condition needs no parenthesis, but the line must end in a colon. And the body is defined by indentation, not braces. So pick your spaces and stay consistent when you write this code. Sometimes you just want to pick one of the two values. Mojo's has inline if-else expression for exactly that. It reads almost like a sentence. Read this statement as straight across. Use A if A is smaller, otherwise use B. Now loops. The for loops walk through a collection, one item at a time. This is the loop you will reach for the most. Now here it walks a list of temperature. Each time around, temp holds the next value. Clean, readable, and exactly what you would expect. And when you want to repeat something a set number of times, or you need the index, you can always use the range. Range of 4 gives you 0, 1, 2, and 3. It hands you the counter to work with. And it's more flexible than it first looks. Give it a start, a stop, a step, even a negative one, and it counts down 9, 6, 3, etc. A very common pattern is looping over a list by index. So you know the position too. We range over the length and use the index to reach out each value. We add 1 to the day because range starts at 0, but humans count their days starting from 1. Now, what if you don't know how many times you will loop in at once? In that case, you can use while. A while loop keeps going as long as its condition stays true. Here we count down from 5 and the minus 1 equals 1. And that's what marches us towards the end. Which points at the real danger of while, the infinite loop. So if the condition never turns false, your program runs forever. So you need to always make something move you forward toward the exit. Two more keywords give you finer control inside any loop at all. Break. It exits the loop immediately. Here, the moment we had a negative bad record, we can stop processing entirely and walk away. Done. Second word is continue. Continue is little gentler. It skips the rest of this one pass and jumps to the next item. Same bad record, but now we just ignore it and keep totaling the good ones. So hold the difference clearly. When you're using break, break says I'm done with this loop entirely. And when you're using continue, continue says skip this one, but we can keep looping. So let's tie it all together and make something real. Here we scan a seek up balances and count the days that fell below a threshold. Exactly the quick check you would run before feeding data to a model. And notice the shape of it. Loop over the data, test a condition, accumulate a result. That single pattern is the backbone of an enormous amount of data work. Here you can try one yourself before moving on. Print the numbers 1 through 10, but skip every multiple of 3. Now look what you can do now. You can branch with if, else if, and else. You can repeat with for loop and while loop and steer either one with the break and continue. You can express real logic. Next, we are going to package this logic all together into a reusable functions.